Now I have entered all of the new jobs into the template. We're going to go ahead and take a look at it and make sure that it looks all right. So I go Alt F9 and there it is. So we go ahead and look to make sure it looks okay, because you want to make sure that the formatting is all correct, that you have all the links in there. All right, so that looks pretty good. So the next thing we need to do is to update our email list. I'm going to open up Group Mail and I'm going to go ahead and go to the website. So here we are at the website. I'm going to go to WebMin Modules. I'm going to go to File Manager, and I now need to go and get the file with the new email addresses. This is the File Manager. Down here we have newsletter, job, email, form. So I'm going to open that, and then you go to storage, and then in storage you have CSV, which is the Excel spreadsheet form. That's how new email addresses are being saved. So we click there, and now we see newsletter form results.csv. So what we need to do is download that. So I'm going to right click and I go down here and I click download. And here it is showing in the downloads. So I can open that file and it comes up in an Excel spreadsheet. What I want to do now also is delete this file off the server. Automatically, this file is created as soon as someone new signs up for the emails. So it's checked. So I'm going to hit the trash can and it said, do you want to delete this? Yes. So now that we have downloaded that file, we're going to go ahead and go to the spreadsheet. Here are all the new email addresses. And now what I also want to do is sort this. You'll see that some people signed up only for job postings, some for only newsletters, but then most of them will sign up for both. But we have to put them in different databases. So I'm going to highlight all of them, right click, and then we have sort, custom sort. So I'm going to custom sort and I want to sort by column B. So now it's sorted. Now what I want to do is take the ones that are only the newsletter and move them to the bottom. So I'm going to cut those and put them down at the bottom. And there we go. Go back up here and close this out. So now the list is sorted so that we have job postings all the way down to here. See the job posting there. And then we also have newsletters all the way from here down to the very bottom. And that'll help us to put them in the right databases. Now, one thing you might notice is there's some duplicates. So we don't need to have them in there twice. So we'll see how that works in just a moment. So now what we need to do is import these. So we're going to start by importing to the job alerts database. So I have two databases here in Group Mail. I have job alerts and I have newsletter. So I'm going to go ahead and take all of these email addresses that are job postings. So there's the whole list. I'm going to go Control C to copy it. I'm going to hit import over here on the left. Now this is under groups, import, and I'm importing to the jobs. So it's a file import, okay. Import data from the clipboard, yes. And then other file data formats. So these are the defaults. Now important, I'm going to check for duplicates. That way it won't put the duplicates we have there. Or if someone already signed up and they're signing up a second time and we already had their name in there, it won't do it a second time. Check for duplicates, job alerts, and then next, and press start to import. So it's going to take everything off the clipboard. And notice I only took the email addresses. The other columns I did not take. And there we go. It says that there were 74 added, 22 were duplicates. Okay, now we want to import the newsletter ones while we're here. So I'm going to select just the email addresses that are for newsletters. And so we start right there and we come all the way down to here. Those are all newsletter ones. Control C. Newsletter is the database I'm going to import to. Click on import. Again, go right through, check for duplicates. It's going to go to the newsletter. And next, start. We added 73 and there were 27 duplicates. All right, so now we have added to our database, our two databases, the new emails of those who have signed up since we last did this. So now the next thing I need to do is check to see if anyone has unsubscribed to either job alerts or to the newsletter. So the way I do that is I have to go to the directory that has the unsubscribe. All right, so I've gone back to the root of in the file manager. And on the second page, here we have unsubscribed form. I'm going to click on that. It takes me to the directory for unsubscribe. I go to storage. And once again, I go to CSV. And here we have the unsubscribe. So I'm going to go ahead and again download it. Right click, click on download. Here it is in my download folder. So I'm going to go ahead and click on open file. And there it is. It opens in Excel. Now remember, going back here to the file manager, we now want to delete this file. I'm going to hit delete. So we're going to go over here now to the Excel spreadsheet that opened up. Here are our results. Then what we're going to do is just search and delete. All right. So what we do over in Group Mail is you go to search and you want to click on search similar groups because right now it's showing the newsletter, but we want to search both databases. So you can do that at the same time by clicking this box. So here's the first person who's unsubscribing. I'm going to copy the email address. I'm going to put it in the search box and then click search. Now this person wants to unsubscribe from both the newsletter and job postings. The only thing came up with is the newsletter, so they're not actually in the job posting database. But when people unsubscribe, sometimes they don't know what they are in, and so they'll click both boxes to unsubscribe from both. So what I do now is click on delete. Delete this recipient? Yes. All right. So that one is gone. Okay, let's check this one here. And this person is in both of the databases. So you just highlight both of them, hit delete, and then they are now removed from the database. So you would just continue on doing that with all those who have unsubscribed. Okay, so fast forwarding, I have gone ahead and deleted all these emails. All right, so our databases are now up to date. What do we do next? Well, the next thing to do is to send our actual email. One thing to know is that under Tools, there is the Account Manager, and that's where when you send one of these email blasts out, it puts in the address where it's coming from. Well, we have two different addresses. We have one that is newsletter@crimesceinvestigator.net and another one that is job postings. I sent it for the return address and the source as newsletter for the newsletter. We're now going to send the email for new job posting. So I need to change this. So I'm going to click on modify, and here where it says email address, I'm going to put in the email address that we use for job posting alerts. And then the reply to is also going to be changed, job-posting-alerts at crimesceneinvestigator.net. All right, so we click OK. So now that's going to be updated. So now that that's updated, I'm going to go to messages. And this is where we're going to now do a new message. So under drafts, I click on new message, and it opens this nice little window. Now notice at the very top, it says send to newsletter. No, this is a job alert. We don't want to send the job alerts to 27,000 people. Some of them don't want the job alert. So I'm going to change this to the job alerts database. So now whatever we send is going to go to job alerts, 11,765 individuals or email addresses. Now we need to put in our message. So I go over here. Now remember how I did this. In my HTML editor, I can press Control F9 and it brings up this copy so we can see what it looks like in our web browser. So I'm going to go ahead and go down to the very bottom, left click. I'm going to copy everything off of this page. All right, so that's all copied. Control C. Now I go over here and just click in this big empty box, Control V, and there it is. It's pasted in. So now what I'm going to do is slowly go up here and just make sure it looks okay. Okay, so that looks good. So now I need something for my subject line. So I'm going to highlight and forensic science, copy that, go up to subject, type CSI space, paste. So CSI and forensic science, go back down here and highlight employee opportunities, space, and then go back down here again and highlight posted on March 20th. Okay, so there we go. Put that in. So my subject line is consistent. Every time I send this out, it starts out as CSI and Forensic Science Employment Opportunities posted on, and then the date. That way, when people get used to seeing this as it comes into their email. So now I'm all set and I can send it. So now I'm just going to click on send. Now it says prepare to send. Here's where I have a final chance to check to make sure it's going the right place. The subject is there. It's going to job alerts, where it's coming from. Okay, so I'm good. I'm ready to pull the trigger. So I click on send, and now it is going. Now, if I go up here and click on console, it brings up this window I can look at, and I can actually see these emails being sent.